What's happening, people? I'm glad you're back, and I hope everything's good on your end. In my opinion, you've never been born. In my opinion, I've never been born. In my opinion, no one has ever been born. Nothing and no one will ever be born in this universe. Nothing can be birthed from this universe by the most applicable definition for this argument of being born and being birthed, which would be becoming a physically distinct and separate entity, a being. Now, the reason that I say this, even though this is not a practically and pragmatically useful description and definition and understanding of birth and being born of life, it is an objectively true one if you extend your perspective and context to the universe as a whole. Now, when I say this, I'm conceiving of the universe as a cosmic egg or a cosmic womb of sorts. Now, we don't know if the universe is infinite or bound, but for this argument, it's bound. It's an egg. Now, instead of a white and a yolk inside of here, we have space time. We have fields of energy which elicit particle physics from quantum field theory and quantum physics. We have the emergent properties of particle physics, which would be matter, life, and potentially consciousness, and everything that we know from this. So, this is all reality as far as we're concerned. And as far as we know, nothing can exist outside of reality in our understanding. So nothing can be born. Nothing can exist physically distinct and separate from this universe. So if we look at the universe as the source, the parent for all things, then we have never exited from our parent, from the womb, from the egg, whether we be mammalian in a cosmic and existential sense or whether we be reptilian or something avian. It doesn't matter. We are all in here, and everything else will always be in here. Now, I think the benefit of this, like I said again, is not to share this with everyone on earth, everyone you meet, to say, you've never been born. I was never born. We're all in the womb still. It's not that. It is individually. It's solely individually from an enhanced perspective, from enhancing the perspective and context of yourself. I believe the benefit of stretching your mind to see this as true, which I believe it is, as I've described it, physically, practically, to our best understanding of this universe in a physical sense, in a physically real and scientific sense, it's true. So extending your mind to accept this truth, to understand this truth in the context of you, the parameters, the boundaries of you are extended as a result, in my opinion, because your understanding necessitates how you view yourself. And what we're talking about here is, in essence, all of us being inextricably connected to one another. We're all nurtured and fed by the yolk and the white of the egg, which would be the energy and the material, the mass energy the matter of this universe. We're all supported by it like an embryonic entity would be inside of an actual egg. So we're all in this together. We're all embryonic in a sense. We're all infantile in another sense. So we're all in the same boat and we're all unborn, which would also mean if we're unborn, it's likely that we cannot die in the truest sense because death necessitates life and birth. So what this does for you is it reduces, it mitigates this individuated and isolated perspective that many of us hold, especially in this modern world today, of ourselves, of who we are. It stretches the notion of you to a broader, more universal perspective where nihilism, dread, fear, things like this are just harder to understand when you are supported by and connected to all that there is, when you are housed in a safe cocoon of reality, of existence. It's less tenable. It's less likely that you're going to default or reach for fear and anxiety because you are taken care of, in a sense, like anything that needs an egg or a womb for its development would be. It's sheltered in the most nurturing of environments. So I think that's how we should probably conceive of our reality, of our lives, and not in some fight or war against the entire onslaught of the universe. Like we have to bend it to our will, like we have to stave off its threats and its undermining of our existence and prosperity. It's not that. I think we're actually supported. So that's why I'm making this video, because I think we should conceive of ourselves as unborn, not practically, not pragmatically on a day-to-day, everyday human level basis, but in a spiritual, metaphysical, intellectual sense. We should be able to stretch our mind when need be to the notion, to the practically real and physically true notion that we're all contained within the same egg. And from that perspective, our lives are enhanced directly, in my opinion, directly and indirectly, which is why I'm offering this up, which is why I'm sharing this perspective and this, I guess, philosophical model or thought experiment for you. Now, I don't want anyone to say that there's other realities, there's other universes, there's other ways to conceiving of this, because this is not meant to be a direct representational correlate with any true reality beyond this single universe that we understand. There could be a multiverse, there could be a multitude of different realities and different dimensions. I'm simply talking about the most widely agreed upon shared understanding of reality, which would be a single universe that expanded from a single indefinite zero-dimensional point to house and encompass everything that we know, see, touch, and conceive of. So this is what I have to say about this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you enjoy or appreciate or would like more mind stretchers, context, and perspective enhancers like this, then like and subscribe if you'd like to. And I will see you on the next one. So I thank you for watching this. You have a great day. Take care. Later.